Yeah. You could have done that. Well, let me know when we're on. Right. Hello and welcome back to the Arsenal Media Centre. It's a whole media centre. We've got big screens. We've got people coming in and out all the time, as it happens, with updates. So yeah, I mean, once again, thanks for all your likes and subscribes and messages. And actually, we had a letter here. It's from a Tony in Birmingham. He says, "Dear John, Tony here. Absolutely love the channel and all your content. Keep up the good work, mate. Why don't you go to any effing games?" Well, a couple of things, Tony. I mean, Tony, I actually know Tony in Birmingham, and he knows that back in the days I was certainly at quite a fair few games. I mean, you know, every single game in 1997, 98, except Bolton and Wanderers away, and you know, heading off to places like Dynamo Kiev to watch the team. So, you know, and I think Tony knows that. But also, you know, the other factor is I can't bloody afford it. It's too expensive. So, but with that in mind, with the success of the channel so far, we've actually secured ourselves a little bit of sponsorship. And I know that Tony, is something that's pretty close to Tony's heart. Not Tony Hart, Tony's heart. And he, you know, he said, you shouldn't be making any money off the back of Arsenal Football Club. Well, you know, I don't think we're making too much money at this stage, but with that in mind, let's go to a quick commercial break then, and we'll come back after and we'll talk a little bit about the Arsenal's result yesterday. A few technical glitches there, which can always happen, can't it? Let's face it, they always happen. But anyway, yeah, so I don't think you can fit me in there, but we won 4-0 yesterday, and it was a very good game. Well, it was a good result. It wasn't a great game, I have to say, but a 4-0 victory is certainly pretty impressive stuff. We kept a clean sheet, fantastic news, and we scored 4 goals. Good to see Lacazette back on the score sheet, and also Aubameyang on the score sheet. You know, because obviously we need goals out of them going forward, and a lot of talk about them leaving the club. So, you know, there's something that's very, very important that happens, is that they get the goals for us. I read today that Bukayo Saka, his contract is up for renewal, and people are saying, well, if he's going to be a left back, you know, what happens to Kieran Tierney? What happens to Saeed Kolasinac? Which, personally, my opinion, well, because I read it today, so it's now my opinion, is that Saka should be kept. Obviously, you know, reward him. He's playing well. Put him on the left wing. Have Tierney and Kolasinac as our choice 1 and 2 for left back. You know, and then Aubameyang doesn't need to play on the left wing. He can go up front, where he's supposed to be after all. So, yeah, I mean, contractually, we've got to go to the ad break now. We didn't fit it in earlier, so let's go to that right now. Right, that's just not working. So, so basically, yeah, that's all good on an Arsenal front. We have a new section of the channel, actually. It's called Football Media Gone Mad. And this week's prize goes to Martin Tyler, who was commentating on the Norwich versus Liverpool game yesterday. And he's so Liverpool midfielder Naby Keita has grabbed hold of possession and he's run up the field with it. And Martin Tyler has responded by saying, Naby Keita now taking matters into his own feet, which I just thought was absolutely remarkable. You know, no hint of irony in that. Just he just said it, and you know, I'd have been laughing at myself if I'd said something so bloody stupid as that. But he was totally fine with it. So that's about it from the media centre and everything we represent here. So you know, by all means by all means subscribe to the channel. Not so interested in your comments actually. It's just my views that are important on the channel. So I will be disabling comments in the media centre. So you won't be able to put any on there moving forward, which I think is something we're all quite happy with. But stay tuned for the next update. Cheerio then.